There we go. Okay, so I'm here with Sho Humphries. Sho Humphries, say hello to the world.
Hello, world. Hope y'all are doing well and staying safe.
Yes, and Sho is a phenomenal ukulele player. I first saw him on Instagram and was amazed at his dexterity and the energy that he brings to the ukulele. It's like no one else does. I've got a few questions for you. To start off with, so what tuning do you use on your ukulele?
Oh, that's a good question. I use high G tuning.
So you,
But
you're a high G man. Yep,
yes.
yep.
But sometimes I like to use different like semitones or within a semitone. I'll always be tuning. I mean, when I'm playing live, I'll stick to one, but for my YouTube or Instagram videos, I'll be moving it, say like G half sharp or G sharp
You mean just
standard.
one note or the whole ukulele?
The whole ukulele.
Oh, the whole ukulele. Just so you'll
Kind of
take
changes the tone. I like
the
that.
whole tuning. The original tuning was in D. So you know how ukuleles are generally tuned in C, like G, C, E,
Mhm.
A.
Yes.
But originally, like back in the 1920s, it was A, D, F sharp, and B. Did you know
That's
that?
interesting.
So,
I read a little bit about the history of the Madeira and sorry, the history of the machete from Madeira,
mm,
and its tuning is different still. So yeah, it's really I don't know where the standard tuning came from today. Do you know
yeah.
anything about
Well,
that?
it's based on the guitar tuning. So,
That
but
makes
basically,
sense.
yeah. Um, and with your, yeah, okay. So you don't use the low G string at all.
Uh, no, I'm
No.
I'm not really a fan of it. I mean, to me, it makes the ukulele just feel like a small guitar. And I actually got it here, but with that
Ah,
high G, you can do that.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Like the those sorts of things where you have the just it's part of your playing otherwise.
yeah.
And I guess if you're low G, you can use bass notes, but I don't know. I just don't think in terms of that.
So while you've got your ukulele up there, tell us
Mhm.
about your. This is your main axe.
Yes, this is my main axe. This is a Kamaka tenor. It's a custom order, and it has the slotted headstock, which I'm not gonna lie, I got it because I saw Jake Shimabukuro use it,
I was about
and I
to
thought
ask
it
you.
looked
He's got the
cool.
same one.
Yes, he's got something pretty similar to this. His is a bit more fancy.
Okay.
Um,
What's that
but
brass thing on the bottom there?
oh yes, that's a strap. My grandfather actually made that for me. But it's basically a piece of metal with this cloth stuck to it, and
Ah. So
works as a
that's just.
pick.
Does that become
Sorry.
part of your sound at all?
Yes, actually, if I'm not careful.
Okay.
So that's why I like to play plugged in a lot, so you don't hear that.
Yep.
But if I'm careful, I can avoid it.
Okay. Now, what about with your strumming? So, when I remember seeing a Instagram clip where your nails were basically frayed down to nothing.
Hmm.
So, but then, and recently, like some of your more recent stuff, you tend to be strumming with your thumb. So,
Hmm.
just talk us through your like different strumming, like what you're using, whether you're using your thumb, your fingers.
Okay. I mean, I mainly strum with my index finger still. And if I'm strumming fast, it just is pretty much that. Main thing with using my thumb is I like to hit the G string with it, like, and I can hit that in between strums to kind of fill in the sound there. And I
Ah,
just did it, but there's another thing I do that's actually originally from a flamenco technique, I think.
hmm,
But it's where you kind of do that,
yep.
where you flick your fingers out and brush each string individually. I like to do that on downbeats. Well, but I do actually do up strums with my thumb sometimes, like index thumb.
Yep. Uh,
I don't.
have you? What's her name? Ty Main Gardner. She does like a lot of the flamenco.
Yes.
Have you like
Um,
studied what she does?
Actually, both Taimane and I got it from Jake, apparently. Apparently, Jake Shimabukuro taught Taimane that technique. And I
Really?
watched an old instructional video that is on YouTube where he goes through that technique. And I thought, that's cool, and learned that.
Yeah.
And apparently, Taimane thought so too. She's just a bit more crazy about it than I am.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. And you never use a plectrum though.
I'm not a fan. My brother does actually. He uses a pick, but I have a plectrum right here. So,
Yeah. Yeah. um, and what about electronics? Do you have a pedal board?
yes, I do. I not with me right now, but it's mostly the I got compression, reverb. I got an octave pedal. Use that a lot, and then looper.
Really?
Um, and then I like to use some fuzz.
Do you use the octave pedal just for like single notes?
Um, there's a few uses I use for it. It's a Pog 2, which will let me go up and down 2 octaves. So down 2 octaves gives me a bass, so I can loop a bass line.
Hmm.
And then I can, if I do normal octave and an octave down and hit the uke like that, I can get a kick drum and start building up a band that way.
Okay. And do you do gigs
So
around Austin, like solo gigs where you do that sort of thing?
yes, I'm actually still working on building up like a full set of looping. What I like to do is I'll play a song solo, and then where I get to the end, I'll loop up the chord progression and do like a finale solo or something to close it off.
Yeah, wow. Awesome. I'd love to see that one. And so you've done a few arrangements, there's a few arrangements on YouTube of like some
Mhm.
songs like Thunderstruck and like Smells Like Teen Spirit.
Yes.
So with Thunderstruck, I don't know if you
Mhm.
know, but in Australia, there's like a radio station, a rock radio station that's got a
Mhm.
feature on you doing that. Did you know that?
Yes. I saw that. I also saw that they misspelled my name, which is kind of funny. But
Typical.
yeah, I guess I just got the timing right. Like Malcolm Young had just passed
Oh, okay.
when I posted it, and that was mostly an accident.
Uh,
I was working on the song anyway,
and
and then I
that's
heard that news. It's like, I mean, this I guess this will make a good tribute.
and you did that transcription is your own?
Yes, the arrangement is my own. For Thunderstruck, Smells Like Teen Spirit is actually based off Jake Shimobukuro's cover, but
Ah, okay. So sometime, yeah,
I
okay.
think I put that in the description of the video. I hope I did.
I,
I'll go check that. But
I'm not sure. um, okay, now before we get on to your song release, so
Mhm.
you've actually done an album prior
Yes.
to releasing the single. So tell me
Mhm.
about your album. So it's called Making Summer Memories.
Mhm.
So
Yes.
can tell us about that.
Well, so it's a collection of, I mean, a lot of the first songs I wrote on ukulele, and that's where I feel like I was starting to develop some of my own style and some of what I wanted to do. But I didn't have, um, like the main difference between my single and this album is that the album is just one ukulele, and I just wanted to see how much I could get out of the one instrument, how many different styles I could do really. Um, yeah, it was just a big new experience for me. It was my first time, actually, still the only time I've been in a studio, and all the the pressure of that. Also, it's the first time really recording my music, and it's just wild. So it just captures kind of, I guess, the beginning for me, all different feelings. And that was it's actually been 3 years almost since I put it out. So I was younger then.
Yeah, okay.
So
And that was you'd press that onto CDs.
yes, I actually still have a few of those CDs left.
So if
Yeah.
someone was interested in getting a copy of that, how would they go about that?
Yes. My website, showtunes.com, and that's show as in my name, SHO tunes.com, has links to it as well as links to all my other music.
And do you post around the world?
Yes, I should be able to. I mean, I'm in the US, which is currently hit by the pandemic pretty badly. So I'll try and get it to you if you order it. But if not, you can definitely stream it on Spotify. That's also linked there.
Oh, it's on Spotify too, is it?
Hmm.
Ah, okay.
So anywhere you can listen to music.
Okay. Fantastic. All right, well, we'll check that out and I'll put some links. I'll find the appropriate links to that. So
Mhm.
let's get on to your
Thank you.
latest song release.
Hmm.
So it's called Love You. It's
Hmm.
in a lo-fi style,
Yes.
and it's a collaboration, I believe, with Evan. Is it Colvord?
Cold, I believe.
Yeah.
Yes, he's a friend of mine, and we play together in a band, ukulele teaching group, really, that also performs sometimes. Uh, but this song I've been working on since about the start of the year. I was really inspired, not actually by ukulele players, but by some phenomenal guitar players that were blending their clean electric guitar sound with lo-fi beats or trap hip hop, like really deep hitting electronic stuff. And I saw that. I was really blown away, but also want to do something that captured more my strumming style and some more the feelings I had rather than aggressive hip hop or finger style. It's just
Hmm.
so that's
So
that.
what's Evan's? Is he a keyboard player or what's?
So he plays the harmonica solo and sings the vocals on this song. I did the
Ah,
production and the ukulele playing. That's how that breaks down. Yeah, I only had about half the song as it is now, and I was stuck. And he just emails me right at the beginning of this quarantine and says, "Hey, there any songs you want me to add some harmonica on? I just gotten a new chromatic harmonica, and I'd love to chat
so,
on that." And
okay,
I was like,
because
"Absolutely."
on the recording, like it sounds like a melodium or like a one of like a,
Mhm.
it doesn't. It sounds similar to a harmonica, but not quite a harmonica.
And that's where I processed it actually.
Hmm.
I wanted to keep some of the lo-fi feel, and I mean, you actually noted this earlier, but my ukulele is also fairly heavily processed. And he just sent the natural harmonica, which I thought sounded cool. But to fit it in with the song a little better, I try to make it sound like you're hearing it over a phone call or
Yeah.
over the
Okay.
radio.
Yeah.
It's like I call him, and he's telling me about all this stuff. This is what I wanted it to feel like. So I ended up putting some distortion on it and cutting off some of the high ends. Probably where that melodica
Okay. And so
came
he
from.
so you, with the collaboration, he just sent by what he emailed you his harmonica parts.
Hmm.
So it
Yeah,
was completely
he
remote.
yes, this is completely remote. This the collaboration part was all done in quarantine. I think he probably just one take did the vocals and harmonica
Oh wow.
and sent it over. I liked it enough that I just used it.
Yeah. So there's also like a keyboard part on there too, like it's like a keyboard solo.
um,
Or I'm mishearing that.
is it on the on like the chorus and parts,
Well,
like
like
backing
it's at the
keyboards and
start, so
parts?
that you got the drum beat sort of comes in,
Mhm.
and then you play the melody on the ukulele. But then after the ukulele, there's like a sounds like a keyboard with a whammy
Oh,
bar.
this part?
Yeah,
This part?
yeah.
That's actually my ukulele too.
That's your ukulele.
Yes.
I'm floored. So that's and what did you do to get that to make it sound
It's
like
just a
a
combination of chorus and distortion. So
really?
I'm yeah,
Okay.
I'm if yeah, I think that's all the effects I use, maybe some EQ, but it's pretty simple stuff.
Yeah, okay. And it's basically like a 5-1 chord progression. Is that just like a
Yes,
two chord?
it's just G flat, D flat, G flat, D flat.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So yeah, that's the whole. I actually with this song I wrote the drum beat first, and
Hmm.
then I was like, I like this two chord progression, and then the ukulele part I wrote mostly by improvising,
Yep.
and then whatever parts I thought was catchy I kept.
Hmm.
So that's pretty much where the whole song came from.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um, and how did you like? What did you record it at home on your laptop,
Yes. Well, on a desktop to be
desktop?
technically correct, but yes, this is just something that I
What did
mean,
you use?
now I'm
Just
on summer vacation, but I started it during school, really. Just whenever I had time, I would go back and visit it, maybe tweak a few things, maybe add an ukulele part here, and then it would sit for another 2 weeks while
yeah,
I
yeah.
did homework or didn't have any ideas or
Wow,
anything.
that's so
So it's just
inspiring. And
something.
what do you use? Like Pro Tools, Garage Band,
Studio One, I don't know if
Studio
you,
One?
yes, you can buy the hardware and it comes with the software. So it was a nice combo deal to get started. It's actually pretty powerful. It lets me do a lot of things. So
And what's in the pipeline? What's the next thing on the in the horizon?
all right, well, in a couple of weeks, I'll be putting out another single that's also sort of in the lo-fi vein, but a bit more upbeat and jazzy. It's another collaboration with a pianist this time. So
And
I'm looking
who's
forward to releasing this one.
Yeah, wow, that's incredible. Um, that's about all of my questions. What sort of advice would you have for anyone who's interested in ukulele and likes playing and has aspirations to get better? What advice can you
I
share?
mean, I'm 17 and I'm starting out in a lot of ways too, but I would say the biggest thing is to just, I mean, I like to say this as keep strumming. But yeah, the main thing is you just need to keep playing. And I've seen other ukulele players say similar things, but never keep your ukulele in a case. Always have it on the wall or on the
Yeah,
bed, well, not literally on the bed, but like next to it, somewhere where you can just get up, reach it, and grab it and play.
yeah,
So no opening latches. You can't forget about it. It's always right there, and just even if it's like 5 or 10 minutes a day, like I like to practice a little bit before I go to school, or maybe once I come home before I start homework, whatever, when I'm busy, and then
yeah.
I'll just play one song or whatever, and just make sure I do that every day.
Fantastic. I keep, I keep one on the passenger seat of my car. So
Yes,
every red light is a chance to work on a song.
I saw your blog post about that. Yeah, that's actually a really cool idea. I mean,
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's
I think,
legal, but no police have pulled me over yet. I don't do it when I'm
I
driving,
mean,
only when I'm stopped.
yeah, that's probably okay.
Yeah. Uh, all right. Well, that's been wonderful to speak with you, and for you to share all that information about your music. We look forward to the next. Believe you may also have a be making a music video to go with your song.
Yes, I've never made a music video before, but it's currently about 80% done, I would say. So yeah, if you're watching this, stay tuned, and please check out my website, showtunes.com, or follow me on Instagram or YouTube for updates.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Any final words before I end this?
I was just gonna say, keep strumming, play the ukulele because it's fun,
Yeah.
and hope you all stay safe. Yeah.
Thanks, Sho. You're an inspiration to everyone.
Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you. All right. Thanks. Push.